Hello and welcome. I am Vinaya Deshpande and you're watching CNN News 18. Now, the world today sees Pakistan as the epicenter of terrorism, says in EAM Dr. S Jaishankar at the UN in New York. Jaishankar claims that ministers in Pakistan who can tell how long Pakistan intends to practice terrorism. He warns Pakistan and says, and I quote, "My advice is to clean up your act and try to be good neighbor."
More than a decade ago, if my memory serves me right, Hillary Clinton was visiting Pakistan, Islamabad. And Hina Rawani Khan was a minister at that time. And I think standing next to her, Hillary Clinton actually said that if you have, I'm giving you the sense, it's not an exact quote, that if you have snakes in your backyard, you can't expect them to bite only your neighbors. Eventually, they will bite the people who keep them in the backyard. But as you know, Pakistan is not great on taking good advice, and you see what's happening there. The world today sees them as the epicenter of terrorism. It is the ministers of Pakistan who will tell you how long Pakistan intends to practice terrorism. The world is not stupid, the world is not forgetful, and the world does, increasingly call out countries and organizations and people who indulge in terrorism. So my advice is, please clean up your act. Please try to be a good neighbor.
Well, and to give us more details on this, I'm being joined by my colleague Abhishek on the phone line. Abhishek, that's quite a strong statement coming from the External Affairs Minister.
Of course, Vinaya. It looks like no hold where External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar has clearly named Pakistan and put the responsibility of stopping terrorism, which Pakistan has obviously adopted as its state policy. And only then the South Asia region, including Afghanistan, India, Pakistan, and maybe Iran also could see some sort of peace and stability, because as long as Pakistan remains the epicenter of this, a long-term peace, imagining a long-term peace in this region would always remain difficult. And Pakistan, and calling out Pakistan at this highest organization or multilateral organization, United Nations Security Council, as Jaishankar has clearly exposed Pakistan, not only in terms of terrorism, but also calling it out that only Pakistan can tell how long it wants to remain involved in this act of terrorism and sending out terrorism across the world, including its neighbor India.
Well, Abhishek, if you could give us some perspective on the story, what has prompted this kind of a strong response from the minister? We seem to have lost contact with Abhishek there, as he was telling us that this was something, we have been able to reconnect that contact with Abhishek. Abhishek, if you could hear me, I was asking you if you could give our viewers some perspective on the story, on what has prompted the External Affairs Minister to give out such a strong statement.
Vinaya, it was the last month when India has this United Nations Security Council membership, and India has also had presidency during the last month of United Nations Security Council, and it was an apt occasion where India could actually call out the challenges of regional security present in its neighbor, which is terrorism that Pakistan has adopted as a state-sponsored policy. External Affairs Jaishankar clearly called out Pakistan, telling that world is not stupid. It clearly remembers every act of terrorism that was exported from the land of Pakistan. We know how Osama bin Laden was killed in Pakistan's Abbottabad. We know how Taliban, who are at the helm of Afghanistan's ruling now, were sheltered by Pakistan. There have been reports in Iran where the terrorism have been sponsored by groups who are operating from the land of Pakistan. India has always been victim of, for almost like 2 to 3 decades now, India has been victim of cross-border terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir and parts of Punjab. So these are the statements that the world has already acknowledged, and this is not the first time that India is acknowledging these statements. In fact, other countries have also called out Pakistan on this. He also mentioned one of the statement that former First Lady Hillary Clinton made while being on a visit to Pakistan, that if you have a snake in your backyard, you can't expect them to bite only your neighbors. It will bite, of course, your family or your kith and kin as well. So if you have, Pakistan is currently, playing our victim card that Pakistan security forces are dealing with a lot of terrorist activities. There have been multiple attacks in Pakistan civilian infrastructure. We have known schools and civilians being targeted by terrorist organizations in Pakistan. Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan has called cancel the ceasefire with Taliban official, and they have called for their recruits to increase attack against Pakistan's military establishment. So clearly Pakistan has also been dealing with multiple terrorist activities, but these are the activities that somehow Pakistan has been promoting. Pakistan has let it grow on its land, and now Pakistan is also feeling brunt of it.
Well, Abhishek, thank you for that information. And now moving on.